Hello Pisces, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. Where is the website? Is it there? Upside down, right side up, upside down. It's a Llewellyn.com, Llewellyn thing. It does say copyright 2004. I'm not sure if there's a reprint, but you might find something else there if you're interested. So, or if you like the artist, creator. I believe the companion book is by Barbara Moore. I don't know. Which I don't use, but I don't know why I feel the need to just kind of put that out there. Supportive Oracle Cards, You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. This, the website for them is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, use an umbrella. Of course, on any of that information, if you just freeze the frame, you can find what you're looking for, I'm sure. Okay, what do we have here? Is it time to let go of something? Something is changing. It seems like somebody else is making a change. They have to let go of something. It's very heavily affecting you. One card here at the bottom. What is it? Cthulhu. This is like, to me, they're definitely an intuitive reader. But when I see, like, I go into the image of this card, and I kind of feel like there's a new world opening up here. Somebody's making a decision, and it's kind of mirroring this. Somebody's moving on. They're making a change. I think it's going to result in a big change. I feel like then when Cthulhu comes in, it's kind of like saying it may not seem like a huge change to start with. Maybe not to them, but this one change is gonna make a lot of things. It's like a domino effect. They make one change, and then everything else starts to change, and before you know it, their whole life has changed. I feel like that's what somebody's getting into here. Ironically, I do feel for somebody, the person you're dealing with might be adding to their family. Adding to their family. They can come in a lot of different ways. I don't think we want to like pigeonhole it to a certain way, but they're adding to their family. They're not realizing, they know it's going to make a change, but I don't think how much of a change. They don't realize how much. And there's a lot of healing that's about to come forward for this person. A lot of good things that they're not seeing. I do feel like they're very stressed, and they feel like they have to. Like it's time. It's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. This deck, I like this deck because it has a different way of showing certain things. That's actually why I have so many decks, because they have different interpretations. The Ten of Swords is how they're feeling about it. Like, they have no choice, and they're devastated about the change, especially the farther it goes. It's kind of like once you take that first step forward, it's like going off a diving board. Once you jump off, you're on your way to the water. you're on your way, and that's how that goes. They seem to be kind of having a hard time with it. I'm noticing with the Four of Swords, the way that the three up here kind of, like you center on the three at first, like the heartbreak, but the fourth is saying there's a lot of healing coming through this. I don't think they're aware of it just yet. Ironically, they are choosing to move forward, but it's almost like I have to choose. It's almost like if I don't choose now, later it will be chosen for me. It's kind of like that's where they are. There's a lot of this. This is going to heavily affect you. And I feel like they're trying to explain why these things are happening. Kind of like they do very much feel like they have to make this choice now, because if they don't make it now, somebody else will make the choice for them later. Something like that. And it's kind of like right now I have the position to where I can make the decision. So for right now, I will make the decision before the opportunity passes me by and things change. Because the landscape is changing around them, and they're very much on point where it's kind of like if I don't move along with the landscape, if I don't go with the changes, I'm going to get left behind. It's kind of like, the climate has changed here for whatever reason. I used to be able to cultivate this, but now the soil is depleted, it's not working. So if I change to this other situation, I can actually reinvigorate the soil and get something else. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, it seems like it's very simple, but it changes everything. It's kind of like if you had corn to begin with, and then you switch over to squash, it seems very similar, but it's like a whole different ball game. It's kind of corn goes to one thing, squash goes to another. I don't know how to explain it otherwise. It's other than it seems simple. It seems simple to start. It's more complicated the farther it goes. You got good things coming. See, this ironically is going to be judgment in your favor. But I also feel at first you're not realizing how much of a change this is going to affect you too. This big change with them definitely has a lot of runoff. The seven, where's the seven? The Seven of Pentacles is kind of like your challenge card. Kind of like, it's almost like when this change starts, they're saying, I'm going through all these changes, but it's not going to change anything between you and me, Pisces. And the truth is, that's not true. They may believe it, they may want it to be that way, but that's not how it's going to go. Things are going to change. The Seven of Pentacles is in the challenge position, kind of like it may, maybe you're going to work to try to keep things the same, maybe you believe things are going to stay the same, but judgment is in your favor, saying you have good things coming your way too. When all these changes happen for this person, it's almost like maybe you used to help take care of the corn, maybe you used to like get that corn and do stuff with it and sell it. Maybe you did stuff with it, but now you're like, well, the people who I used to sell corn to, they still want corn, they don't want squash. So now that I don't have corn, I lost those people. Now I have to find new people who want squash. I know I usually do food analogies, but that's really interesting because it seems very subtle. It's kind of like, you don't make creamed corn with squash. You don't make cornbread with squash. But if you don't make spaghetti squash with corn either. Like, there's certain things you can't cross over. Like, things are going to change here, and it's bigger than it seems. It's like the longer you go, the more you're like, oh, things are a lot more different than I thought they were. You're going to start seeing these changes come in. Like, it's not going to go very far before you start to realize, oh, wait a minute. Things are not going to stay the same. You'll start realizing you got the Page of Pentacles, and the way the page is holding the Pentacles, it'll go down the road a little ways, and you'll be like, wait, this is not how I thought this was going to go. I mean, I knew there were changes, but changes are really starting to happen here. Changes are like the way things used to be and the way things are going now, they're really starting to change. You're going to need like a third party to help you with this. I feel like you need somebody outside the situation to talk to give you ideas, to help you prepare for what's about to happen, because the person who's actually the central focus of the change, they're not doing well. They got the Three of Swords. Like, they're not happy, they're kind of heartbroken, they're having a hard time accepting what they've chosen, even though they feel like they had to choose it. There's a lot of history around them that they're losing, or like, it's almost like moving out of like a family home. It's kind of like, I lived in this home for 30-something years, and now I'm moving. And it's kind of like all the pain of like all that history I'm losing with it. I have photographs, but like there's things outside and, things that are buried outside, animals pets or whatever, things I did with people outside, parties we had outside, things I planted with people outside that I remember them with. Like, there's a lot of like history that it feels like it's hard for them to let go of the history too. It's not bad. You get the Six of Cups, which is also, like, I feel like that past lives is like a Six of Cups energy. In this reading, anyway. There's a lot of good here that's changing. There's a lot of history here that's changing. Not changing, like, you're not changing your memories, but a lot of things, like, for example, if a relative of yours had the family home for the longest time, or maybe it was somebody you knew for a long time and they lived in that home for a long time, and you had connections there too, you're going to take the good memories with you, but I feel like you're going to also be like, well, all right, it's time to go. This is what has to happen. You got the Six of Cups with love, because I don't feel like this is hard for you to accept and move forward with, ironically, especially when Pisces can be very, very sentimental. But I also feel like I'm looking at this, like they had to make their choice. I'm also realizing this is hard for them. So I'm kind of trying to support it and not go against it. Like, I don't want them to feel bad about it. I want to encourage them to keep going, and I'm trying to show them you still have other possibilities. There's other things you can do. Gather your memories. Keep your memories. Like, put them where you need to do it. This is other ways you could keep those memories. You know what I mean? I feel like the majority of this is you trying to help them through it. I do feel like the majority of this is you, because you got strength on your side with the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is not you arguing with this person. The Five of Wands for you is feeling the conflict that they're in, the depression, the sadness, the need to move forward, but the reluctance to do it at the same time. It's kind of like, it's time to go. I gotta go. I don't want to go. I have to go. It's kind of like, another way I could put it, it's kind of like, when you got to leave the party, or, when the vacation's over, you had a nice vacation, you went somewhere, and there's sandy beaches and beautiful things everywhere, and the vacation's over, it's time to go home. And it's just kind of like, it's time to make the change. It's time to go. I can't live here the rest of my life. I gotta go. I gotta make this change. I don't know if I'm making that too simple, but you're helping this person through this. I feel like you're going to be fine. I feel like the way you're looking at it, it's kind of like I want to make it easier on this person. They have more decisions to make going forward, and I feel like you're a big piece of empowering them. You're empowering them. I think that's what's going on. And I feel like this reading is supposed to help you see that. Like, you're very important to this person, and you don't have to go through tomes of information. You just, every now and then, maybe the simplest thing you say, or just the simplest bit of encouragement, might make a huge difference. I don't know if they're going to react to it all that well. I want to give a little safety, I don't know if I want to call it safety, but a little heads up. Some of these people, they're very mired down in the sadness, and you can give a couple words of encouragement, and they might throw them right back in your face because they're having a bad moment. Be aware of the type of people that do that, and either do it from a distance, or just kind of give your little vote of confidence and then just back off, and just don't, if they have a nasty remark, or they have something they say back to you that's not the best, because I feel like some of you are going to get that and be kind of shocked, even though you know that person's like that. Just water off a duck's back, just let it go. Realize that it has nothing to do with you. They might not even realize that they said something like that to you. Be very careful of this. I feel like I want to give a warning out, because I feel like a few of you are going to get this. You're going to say something encouraging, and then this person's going to say something kind of rotten back to you. And I know people in my life that have done this, who they've said something, and then a few months will go by, and I'll bring it up to them. I'm like, I don't understand why you said that to me, and they'll say that they don't remember saying it, or they didn't realize they said it. The one person I'm thinking of, they said, well, I can see I must have been upset. I don't remember saying that, and they did apologize for it, but they were like, I didn't mean it. And I was like, that's fine. But sometimes when people are mired down in stress, they don't pay attention to what they're saying, and then just some nasty comment will come out. So be aware of that. Realize it might have nothing to do with you, even though it might hurt your feelings. I don't see you getting I do see the conflict around you again, and the strength. So I feel like if you see it in the proper light, you'll realize you shouldn't take it personally, but it may be hard. Like Pisces, I'm a Pisces. It's hard not to take things to heart sometimes. But if you see it coming and you realize, I feel like this is the same type of person you've seen them do it to other people once in a great while. So just kind of go with that energy. This will move forward. I don't think this has to be that bad for you. Again, I see a lot of judgment in your favor. Also, hold back from this person, because I feel hold back with any if they say something nasty to you, try not to say something back. Don't engage in it. Just kind of let it go, because again, judgment will go in your favor. And I do feel like this person definitely does care about you, so you are of value to them. I just feel like sometimes people just they knee-jerk say something nasty because they're in a bad mood. So just be aware of it. It's just the mood. It's not you, it's the mood. Is there anything else I can help with that? Yeah, I feel like that's the best I can say for this. I feel like they're trying to give you some empowerment, just to when this happens, because I feel like a lot of this is coming. You're empowering somebody, you're being there for them, you're trying to encourage them, and all of a sudden you get this wow, why did you hit me? They're not paying attention. It doesn't make it right. I'm not saying it makes it right, but if you just kind of disengage and just step away from them, I'm not saying stay there and take it, but instead of engaging in the argument, just step away, walk away, go do something else. If that's how they're gonna feel, let them. You tried to help, they don't want your help. Okay, just step away. Later on, you can come back towards them when you need to. Yeah, because I feel like when they're doing that, if that happens, because a lot of you, I feel like you're going to get that, just walk away. Just don't even say anything. I feel like they'll realize, wait a minute, something was right there. Because like if you step away, like, okay, you're going to be nasty, then, you know, help yourself. I will help you, but not if you're going to treat me like that. So we don't have to engage in an argument, but we can you can make a very strong impression just by disconnecting. Sometimes that makes a huge impact. Like instead of arguing with somebody, if they say something nasty and you just kind of like, and you just walk away, and you just especially if they're texting, you just stop responding, maybe even turn your phone off. They can work it out with themselves. They can go through their own energy and deal what they have to do with. You don't have to be a part of it, because that's on them. Like just because they're upset doesn't mean they don't get the right to treat other people badly. So if you disengage, that could have a very strong effect on this person. I'm very confident that you'll have to wait for them to kind of calm down a bit before they'll fix that. But whatever they say, let them say that. Let them stew in it. Don't be pulled into that game if that happens. All right, I'm gonna shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. The donation information is also below, same email. Thank you for watching and have a great day.